Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Our program will be starting in 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Our program will be starting in 5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Our program will be starting momentarily. Please silence your devices.
Good afternoon. Please rise for the J.M. Robinson High School class of 2026.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon, families, friends, teachers, staff, members of the Board of Education, and especially to the J.M. Robinson High School class of 2026. My name is John LeGrand, and I serve as the Deputy Superintendent here in Cabarrus County Schools. It is a true honor to be here with you on this special day. More than 100 years ago, long before state rankings, growth scores, school report cards, end of course tests, and standardized testing became part of everyday conversation in education, schools were built around a simpler idea: to prepare young people to become future productive citizens. In fact, one of the earliest goals of public education in America was not simply academic achievement. It was also about preparing students to contribute to their communities, lead with character, solve problems, and build meaningful lives. However, over time, the perception of education changed. Scores became headlines. Data became comparisons. And as a result, success started being measured by numbers on a spreadsheet instead of the lives being shaped inside classrooms. But today is a reminder of something very important. The world does not need more good test takers. It needs more good people. Since opening its doors in 1999, J.M. Robinson High School has understood that. This school has not simply produced graduates. It has produced leaders, artists, athletes, musicians, skilled tradesmen, educators, and community members who carried the spirit of J.M. Robinson High School far beyond its halls. And today, another class adds its chapter to that story. Class of 2026, your story starts here. There's a reason today is called a commencement ceremony, because commencement does not mean the end. It actually means the beginning. Today is not simply about closing a chapter of your life. It is about stepping into the next one. For the past several years, much of your story was shaped by schedules, bells, classrooms, practices, rehearsals, and adults helping guide your path. But after today, more of those decisions become yours. The direction of your life, the kind of person you will become, the way you treat people, the impact you leave on the world around you. That's why this moment feels so emotional, because everyone in this arena understands that today is not just a celebration of what you accomplish in school, it is the beginning of the life that you are about to build. And the truth is, life will never hand you a study guide. The biggest moments ahead of you will not be multiple choice. Instead, life will ask you different questions. Will you lead? Will you persevere when things get difficult? Will you use your gifts to create opportunities for others? Will you continue growing as an individual in an effort to be the absolute best version of yourself? And will you make the people around you better because you were there? That's the real curriculum of life. And for the past 4 years, J.M. Robinson High School has been preparing you for just that. You can see it in J.M. Robinson students like Soraya Embry. Soraya has led in classrooms, on stages, and throughout the Robinson community. As a drum major for the Pride of Robinson Bands, president of the Black Student Union, a member of the Winter Guard, Beta Club, and National Honor Society, she has demonstrated what leadership truly looks like. And this fall, she will attend North Carolina A&T State University, where she has received both the Aggie Merit Scholarship and a band scholarship. Congratulations, Soraya. But what stands out most is not simply the number of activities Soraya participated in. It's the consistency of her leadership, showing up, working hard, creating opportunities for others, leading with excellence. That's the kind of preparation that lasts far beyond graduation. You can also see it in Michael Avila Sosa Escalona. Michael recently became a state champion in the Skills USA Project Showcase for Transportation. Then he accomplished something no Robinson student has ever done before. He earned all 10 out of 10 ASE entry-level automotive certifications. That achievement did not happen overnight. It happened through discipline, perseverance, focus, and countless hours of effort. And this fall, Michael will continue his education at Central Piedmont Community College to complete his automotive service requirements while continuing to work in the field. Congratulations to Michael. That's not simply the story of a student succeeding in school. That's the story of someone mastering a craft and preparing to build a future through hard work, skill, and determination. Since 1849, generations of students across Cabarrus County have entered classrooms, carrying hopes, fears, talents, and dreams into a school system built around one powerful belief, a belief that every student deserves a future filled with opportunity. Before we close today, graduates, I want to give you one last assignment. Take a moment to look around this arena. Many of you have spent the last 13 years of your life among this group gathered here today. Look at your classmates, look at your teachers, look at all of your family and friends. Reflect upon, and by the end of this joyous day, please make sure you thank those people. A parent, a grandparent, a teacher, a coach, a friend, because great stories are never written alone. These people spent years helping you build your future long before you fully understood what your future could become. A future filled with opportunities you cannot see yet. A future filled with challenges you cannot yet predict. A future filled with moments that will define what you will become. After all, we were never preparing you for a test. We were preparing you for a life. A life where character matters. A life where perseverance matters. A life where leadership, discipline, and integrity can change the lives of others. Bulldogs, the future you've spent 13 years preparing for is no longer ahead of you. It is waiting for you right outside of these arena doors this afternoon. Congratulations, J.M. Robinson High School class of 2026, and good luck.
Class of 2026. 13 years, 156 months, 688 weeks, 4,745 days, and now we're finally here. Make some noise, y'all, we made it! Woo! My name is Journey Powell, and I'm honored to stand before you as your student body president. And before I begin today, I just want to give all glory to God, because without him, I wouldn't be standing here today. They say high school is only a small part of our lives, but it never felt that small when we're living it. And at some point, it stopped feeling like school and started to feel like a countdown. What are your plans? What college are you going to? What are you going to do with your life after you graduate? It is always something. But in between all of that, we were living. From going to every Robinson football game saying Rob on top and going straight to cookout right after, to those quick bathroom breaks that turn into side quests with your friends, or when we will all go into either Miss Sellers or Miss K's room, just talking, laughing, and enjoying each other's presence. At the time, it felt normal, but now you realize it meant more than what you knew. Because those weren't just random moments, that was us growing up. And within all of that, guys, we were changing. There were a lot of firsts. You had your first relationship, your first breakup, your first time driving, hitting curves, not knowing how to park, and some of us still don't know how to park. Trying new things, your hair, your style, figuring out who we are. We went from drinking hot chocolate, watching Polar Express, to sitting here now in our caps and gowns. From reading picture books to chapter books, and now stepping into a life where we have to write our own. And the crazy part is, we didn't even realize all of this was happening. We were just living it. And while we have our own story, here's a little bit of mine. I joined ROTC not really knowing what I was getting myself into. And guys, they told me I had to wear a uniform once a week and I was gonna have to change my hair. And I really was not rocking with it. Like, I really didn't know if I wanted to stay. I really didn't know, but I decided I was gonna stay. And that decision right there, that changed everything for me. Not long after that, one of my instructors came into our classroom and had asked us, who wants to fly an airplane? So, of course, I rose my hand, who wouldn't want to fly an airplane? I was thinking he was joking. And so the next day, I was flying $1 million airplane before ever driving a car. And in that moment, everything changed for me. Because I realized when opportunities show up, you have to be willing to take them. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone and learn to be okay with being uncomfortable. And to believe in yourself and never think that you can't do something. So after that, guys, I started moving different. From in ROTC and other clubs to sports and academics, I was doing a lot. And from the outside, it probably looked like I had it all together, but in reality, I was putting so much pressure on myself. I was overthinking, I was stressing about the future, and even stressing about who I was and myself. And I know I'm not the only one that's in here who's felt that, trying to keep up while still trying to figure yourself out. People would ask me, why are you always talking about the future? Why do you care so much? Why can't you just relax? And after a while, you start to question yourself like, am I weird? But I had to realize something. Why would I dim my light just to make other people feel comfortable? Why would I change who I am just to fit what everybody else expects? I had to learn to be okay with who I am and to be happy with who I am, because that's what being yourself really is. Like me walking around the hallway with my Eagles jersey on saying, "Go Birds," in a room full of Panthers fans. And I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, being yourself will always take you further than trying to fit in. And through all of this, guys, we didn't get here alone. Behind every single one of us, there's a village. Our parents, our families, the ones who stayed with us, pushed us, supported us, and believed in us even when we didn't believe in ourselves. And yeah, they might act like they're ready for us to graduate, our parents talking about what they're gonna do with our empty room or all of those vacations they're suddenly about to take that we're not here. But we all know they're going to miss us, and we're going to miss them too. And that kind of support, that kind of impact, it matters more than what we realize, because sometimes it only takes one person to truly change the way that you see yourself. And there's one person who really showed me what impact looks like, and that was Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas was an administrator here for 30 years, spending much of that here at J.M. Robinson. And if you guys were here, you knew Mr. Douglas. You remember seeing him running his bus lot, making sure all those buses left at 2:20. You remember him at all of the football games, but it wasn't just that. It was the way that he cared. His kindness, his love for the students, the way he checked on us, talked to people, made sure we were good, and not just in school, but real life stuff. And at the same time, he pushed us. He held us accountable, expected more from us, even when we didn't see it in ourselves. And at the time, some of us didn't always understand it, but now we do, because he cared. And some of us needed that more than we realized. And being at his funeral, seeing just how many lives that he touched, that really stayed with me, because it showed me the kind of impact that one person can make, the kind of impact that doesn't stop when someone is gone. And although he's not here with us today, that impact still lives on, and how we carry ourselves, and how we treat people, and how we push ourselves to be better. And honestly, we need more of that in the world. More kindness, more people who genuinely care, more people willing to support and lift others up. Because making an impact isn't always about doing something big. Sometimes it's just about being a good person. And when I look at this class, I see future doctors, engineers, pilots, teachers, business owners, actors, soldiers, real estate agents. I see people who are going to go out into the world and make something of themselves and do things that nobody expects yet. And I'll be honest, this moment is very exciting, but it's also scary because we're stepping into something new. We're stepping into something unknown. But I remember something my third grade teacher told me, and it always stuck with me. She told me, "You're not scared, you're just nervous." And that stuck with me because being nervous means you care, and it's okay to care. So as we leave here today, don't overthink everything ahead. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just start. That's all it takes to change everything. We spent all of this time just living it. Now it's time to start living on purpose. Be yourself, take care of yourself, push yourself, go after what you want, and do all the things that make you happy. Because just like those 4,745 days, time is going to move forward, whether you're ready or not. So make it count. Do something with it, be someone with it, and remember this: if you can't be the best, be one of the best. Congratulations, class of 2026!
On behalf of the class of 2026, I would like to welcome all teachers, staff, alumni, friends, and family to the 24th graduation ceremony of J.M. Robinson High School. Thank you for being here to witness us in our final form. Tired, a little more mature, and super worried about tripping on this stage in a little bit. Whew. Congratulations, everybody. We did it. We made it to the end. And I just want to say I would always look up to the big kids ahead of me and wonder how long until I'm one of them. So it's wild to me to see all of us in our cap and gowns here today. These past 13 years have been full of growth, challenges, and memories. Some we will never forget, and others we've already tried to block out. Who remembers the long COVID-19 pandemic? Most of us had our middle school years on Microsoft Teams while trying to learn math, while our mics weren't working, and our cameras were completely not working either. Honestly, I'm still salty I never got to go on that 8th grade DC trip. Hey, in the end, we did it. We showed up, we adjusted, and somehow, despite all the weirdness, we found our way through. High school brought its own challenges, like tests we definitely were not ready for, or those schedules that made us question everything. But it brought us more friends, mentors, and unforgettable moments. To our teachers, thank you. You dealt with our late assignments, late arrivals, and our horrible excuses. You deserve a standing ovation and definitely a vacation. To our families, thank you for all the rides, the encouragement, the pretending to understand the homework when you did not understand. Your support meant everything to us. And to the class of 2026, what a journey. We have laughed, struggled, grown, and probably have had the help of ChatGPT way more than we'll admit it. As we head into the future, whether that might be college, work, the military, or whatever path you choose, remember, you don't have to have it all figured out. Nobody really does. Also, it's really easy to get caught up in all that small, temporary things in life. But you have to live for what truly lasts, and make sure you treasure that the most. Follow your passions, take risks, be kind. It's not about where you end up, it's about all those great friends and memories you made along the way. Thank you so much to all of you who have made these years the best they could have been. In the word of Scarface, the world is yours. Thank you.
Because I knew you. Because I know you, I have been changed for
Hello everyone, my name is Grant Gibson. If you don't recognize me, that's fair. For most of high school, my classroom wasn't with all of you. I've spent the last 2 years taking nearly all of my classes at local community colleges. And now, I'm not just graduating high school, I'm graduating with an associate's degree as well. There's one small detail about me that explains a lot. My favorite musical artist is Frank Sinatra. Every day on the drive home, I play My Way. Not because it's a good song, but because it feels like a summary of these past few years. My path didn't look typical. It wasn't the standard schedule, the standard classroom, or the standard routine. And when I look out at all of you, I realize something. None of your paths were standard either. Some of you balanced school with jobs. Some took care of family members. Some pushed through classes that felt impossible. Some of you changed friend groups, changed interests, changed plans for the future. Some of you had moments where getting out of bed felt like the hardest assignment of the day. And some of you made it look easy on the outside while fighting battles no one else could see. What we all have in common isn't that we followed the same route. It's that we kept moving forward. We figured out what works for us. We learned how we study best, how we handle stress, who we rely on, and who we want to become. Over 13 years, we didn't just learn math, science, or history. We learned how to navigate life in a way that made sense to us. But even though we each found our own way, none of us walked it alone. There are parents here who sacrificed sleep, time, and energy so we could succeed. Teachers who answered questions they had already explained 3 times. Friends who made school feel less overwhelming and a lot more memorable. Counselors, coaches, siblings, grandparents, and people who supported us even when we didn't realize we needed it. They helped shape our way, even when we thought we were going it on our own. What makes this graduating class special is that there isn't one story that represents us all. There isn't one definition of success sitting in these seats. There are hundreds of different journeys that all ended up in the same place, at the same time, for this moment. And now, We're about to step into a world that loves to tell people there's a right way to do things, the right journey, the right definition of success, the right path to take. But if high school has taught us anything, it's that success doesn't come from copying someone else's map. It comes from learning to trust your own. So as we leave here, whether you're going to college, straight to work, the military, a trade, or still figuring it out, don't feel pressured to make your future look like anyone else's. Be proud if your path looks different, because different paths still lead to meaningful destinations. Today isn't just proof that we finished. It's proof that we learned how to do things in a way that made sense to us. Congratulations, class of 2026. We didn't all take the same road to get here, but we all made it our way.
Good afternoon, family, friends, esteemed faculty and staff, and above all, my fellow 2026 graduates. My name is Estrella Peralta, and I'm deeply honored to stand before you today delivering this speech. This day is one of celebration, achievement, and reflection that many of us have longed for over these past 4 years, especially with the senioritis that has kicked in. But standing here, I look back on our time full of unforgettable moments and firsts. First high school game, first car, first dance. Each year, I remember thinking about how far graduation was. And for all of us, it's an unexplainable feeling to have reached this new moment today. Upon reflecting, I found myself following a red string that has connected us all. Music. From the songs our athletes played to get pumped up, to the ones that blasted through our AirPods as we walked through the hallways. Our high school experience was surrounded by music, and as we are all together now, music is still with us. So many examples come to mind today, but the one that really shines for me is Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, the one that goes, "Feel the rain on your skin." Sorry you had to hear that. When you really listen to the lyrics, you realize it's more than just a song. It's a reminder of something we are all facing today. She sings, "I'm just beginning, pens in my hand, ending unplanned." That's where we are right now. I know many of us see graduating as an ending, like it's that one big thing we've all been waiting for. But what's more important is that today is our start. No matter what we have decided to do after high school, we don't exactly know the journey ahead of us, and that's okay because we get to create it. Natasha also sings about releasing inhibitions, those feelings that can make us feel self-conscious. All of us probably have had inhibitions, even if it was for something as small as a spirit day. I remember going back and forth on whether I wanted to wear my meme day outfit because I thought it would be embarrassing. I ultimately decided to wear it, but sadly, we don't always take those steps because we let fear make the decisions. Natasha then sings, "Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you. Only you can let it in." Only you have the power to be you, and you can only experience as much as you allow yourself to. So I ask that we don't waste the opportunities we have on our inhibitions. Embrace yourself. Don't wait for later to come, and don't look down on who you are just because you're worried about outside opinions or making mistakes. I also ask that we extend this same love and grace to others. Being different is a superpower. It's what allows us to be dynamic and grow as a community, and people shouldn't be treated wrongly because of it. This is something I want us to hold on to today and throughout the rest of our lives. Before I step down, I would like to recognize someone who has taught me the same values this song represents, and is a big reason for who I am today. This someone is my mom and best friend. She is the person who pushes me to do my best and is always showing me unconditional love, even in my worst. She is the hardest working person I know, excuse me, and someone I can call an actual superhero. And no, it's not because she has laser eyes or super speed, but because her love and her acceptance have an endless amount of power that I and everyone else around her get to experience. So thank you, Mom, for being you, and I love you so much. I want to leave you guys with one last message that I'm sure my mom and Natasha Bedingfield would say themselves. The future is ours to write, so write it with love, acceptance, and by staying true to who you are. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Good afternoon. Didn't they all do such a great job? So, good afternoon, families, board members, faculty, Dr. LeGrand, and most importantly, our incredible class of 2026. Tonight, we celebrate more than just diplomas. We celebrate resilience, growth, perseverance, and a truth that has defined our journey. Bulldogs belong. Not just in this building, not just in these seats tonight, but in every classroom you entered, every team or club that you joined, every stage that you stood on, every challenge that you faced. From your very first day walking through the halls, maybe you were excited, maybe you were nervous, maybe you were just pretending not to be nervous, but you were becoming part of something that was bigger than just yourself. You were becoming part of a community. Belonging is a powerful word. It means that you are seen. It means that you are valued. It means that you matter. And over the past 4 years, you have shown us what belonging truly looks like. Belonging looked like students staying after class to help a friend with a math problem. It looked like teammates lifting each other up after a tough loss. It looked like drum majors leading with confidence, student leaders advocating for change, artists creating beauty, and scholars pushing academic boundaries. It also looked like the quiet moments that no one else saw, but that meant everything to someone who truly needed it. Class of 2026, belonging is not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about knowing that your voice counts. You have learned that belonging is not passive. It is something that you actively create. You build it through relationships, through courage, through showing up for one another. There were moments when things felt uncertain, moments where the future felt overwhelming, but you stayed, you tried, and you learned to lean on each other, because that's what bulldogs do. Being a bulldog is not just about our mascot. It's about a mindset. It's grit, it's loyalty, it's heart. It's understanding that strength doesn't come from standing alone, but it comes from standing together. When you leave here, you will step into new spaces. Colleges, careers, military service, apprenticeships. Some of you will feel confident. Some of you will still feel unsure, and that's okay. We all feel that uncertainty, and anybody that tells you they don't is lying. But wherever you go, remember this: you belong in every room that you step into. Whether it is the university, an office, a studio, a stage, you belong on that field, at that training site. You belong at the table where decisions are being made. Do not shrink yourself to make others comfortable. Do not question your worth when the challenge arises. You have proven that you can grow, you can adapt and lead. And here is the beautiful part about belonging. It doesn't end tonight. You now carry that with you. When you see someone standing alone, you can create belonging. When you mentor someone who's younger, you create belonging. When you stand up for what is right, you create belonging. The world needs more people who build communities. The world needs more people who remember where they came from. Our world needs more bulldogs. And class of 2026, you are ready, not because it has been easy, but because you have learned to push through difficulty. Not because you have all the answers, but because you know how to ask the questions. And not because you're done growing, but instead you understand that growth never stops. So when you think back on these classrooms, these hallways, I hope you remember how it felt to feel like you belong. And I hope you create that same feeling everywhere you go. Today, we are proud of you. Tomorrow, we will continue to cheer for you because forever you are a bulldog. And never forget that bulldogs belong. And in the words of Mr. Stacy Douglas, bulldog on. Congratulations, graduates. Dr. LeGrand, Cabarrus County School Board members, and special guests, it is my pleasure to present the following candidates for graduation from J.M. Robinson High School.
Eli Frederick Altschuler. Grant Walter Leroy Gibson. Estrella Michelle Peralta. Journey Dolores Powell. Shailissa Victoria Hennessy Hawkins. Tala Murtada Mahmoud Abdelaziz. Jace Carter Abraham. Trinity Christina Lenadia Akins. Zainab Walid Khalid Al-Yaziri. Carla Michelle Aliman Martinez. Mohammed Hadi Radwan Al-Hamsi Al-Sabag. Danya Alaban. Nicole Charith Angulo Mieles. Vicente Jael Arellanes. Diego Arellano Cardenas. Gabriel Jose Aguayo. Ryan Matthew Arnold. Ethan Michael Atkinson. Anthony Avila Soriano. Edgar Avila Soriano. Michael Jonathan Avila Sosa Escalona. Emma Irene Bailey. Myla Lynn Baker. Demarius Devon Barr. Demonte Dwayne Barr Jr. Malike Nur Bayrak. Devin Lee Becker Eisenhower. Anaya Anastasia Bell. Ethan Michael Bendixson. Jacob William Best Esquire. Shasir Amar Drayton Bay. Aiden Taylor Black. Justice Cole Black. Micah Imani Blackman. Jocelyn Elise Bliss. Mason Xavier Bonaparte. Ethan Robert Bonney. Deshaun Tremaine Bozeman. Norman Caldwell Bowers. Adam Robert Brantley. Shelby Elizabeth Brynick. Janaya Ariel Brooks. Zynancia Christine Brown. Trust Alexander Brunson. Elijah Xavier Burris. Melissa Tusubira Biangu. Xavier Irving Bynum. Kirsten Lynn Bird. Emily Alexa Cabello. Ariana Jamie Camacho Velasquez. Mason Avery Campbell. Miriam Yamilet Carmona Ignacio. Katia Michelle Carmona Perez. Natalia Balin Carnavallini. Ayla Camila Castillo. Montrell Anthony Charles. Anthony Wayne Childers. Atari Matthew Chu. Nehemiah Jalen Chung. Calissa Tracy Giselle Clark. Malcolm Alexander Clay. Cheyenne Taylor Clifton. Mason William Coleman. Naila Ayana Courtney. Lincoln James Courtright. Jaden Reese Covington. Sartori Marie Crow. Nathan Joseph Crozier. Elizabeth Sarai Cruz. Nicholas Kalen Cummings Taylor. Kavani Dupree Date Scott. Andrew Christopher Davis. Jayla Michelle Davis. Emily Marie De La Cruz. Jason Tyree D. Lee. Omar Demby Perez. Newton Kutota Diambote. Kira Lexani Dickey. Christina Lynn Deneen. Umu Jambele. Rogelio Jordan Dominguez. Destiny Love Dowd. Alexander Ethan Dunn. Soraya Makina Embry. Aiden Ryan Etherton. Peter Elias Fabregas Solis. Anila Tyon Fambro. Apriya Ferguson. Valentina Flores Valencia. Anaya Zayana Forte. Kaiser Edinson Franco Quinteros. Amani Kinaya Franklin Barnett. Ariana Braylon Freeman. Kate Elizabeth Fries. Amel Gala Ramos. Jack Charles Gallagher. Cecia Angelique Garcia. Victoria Garcia Salazar. Juana Elizabeth Garcia Venegas. Addison Nicole Giddings. Tyrion Lenoris Givens. Amy Eliana Gonzalez. Marco Antonio Gonzalez Dorantes. Justin Alexander Gonzalez Vides. Joshua Mark Goodman. Colby McCabe Gray. Azarion Martell Green. Sincere Zechariah Greggs. Daniel Guerrero Roman. Josiah Daniel Gutierrez. Connor Matthew Haynes. Demontre McClellan Harley II. Aaliyah Joy Harris. Talon Sean Hartzell. Gabriel Carter Hawkins. Abigail Reese Hedrick. Preston Gregory Helmendaler. Devin LaShawn Henderson. Tiffany Marlon Hernandez. Rachel Hernandez Torres. Lana Sue Hesse. Layla Renee Hesse. Ava Grace Hicks. Tyler Samuel Holmes. Rayvon Ethan Alexander Howard II. Antonio Leodovan Howie. Haley McKinsley Huber. Zainab Hemneevna Hudagadyeva. Vu An Han. Johnny Izzard IV. Marius Christopher Jackson. Katie Marissa Jenkins. Achilles Lamar Joshua Johnson. Issa Marquette Johnson. Jade Alexandria Johnson. Shantiana Priscilla Darlene Johnson. Karan Justin Jones. Tremel Jamal Jones Jr. Trinity Nevayawan Jones. Colton Reese Jordan. Sienna Marie Jorge. Abina Sapan Kankum Jantua. Kamani Amaya Kelly, Jillian Elizabeth Carthy. Kamani Amaya Kelly. Chance Handsome Kinchin. Victoria Lee Kasaya. Emma Estelle Klotz. Braden Alexander Koviak. Sahim Najir Lamingo. Debrea Lenora Lamb. Akalia Janaya Tyriel Lane. Rachel Joy Lee. Elizabeth Owen Leslie. Joshua Antonio Leva Martinez. Jose Eduardo Linero Logrera. Taylor Rose Lipscomb. Jamarie Azayan Little. Addison Marie London. Susan Yael Lopez Cortez. Jose Angel Lopez Coyote. Anthony James Major. London Janae Marshall. Amir Adriano Martinez Cortez. Antoine Jamari Mason. Cordero Eugene Antoine Mason. Kalea Charday Mason. Imani Mariah Mays. Larry Lavelle McConaughey Jr. Connor Joseph McKenzie. Charlene Denise McNeil. Alex Mendoza. Owen James Myers. Althea Lucia Rose Medinsky. Jaden Camille Miles. Jade Simone Miller. Jordan Tyler Mitchell. Valerie Giselle Montes Castro. Daranique Shaman Moore Jr. Axel Yair Moreno Herrera. Kalima Amira Morel. Nathan Gregory Morris. Elijah Ramon Mota. Kevin Dianzenza Moyo. Janae Cheyenne Munson. Benjamin Walter Murray. Ashley Nahera Hermenegildo. Ciara Denise Neal. Junior Albert Wulali. An Teen Wen. Kong Din Wen. Kendra Lynn Nichols. Jordan Walker Novak. Alyric Denila O'Neill. Jayla Sade Ofair. Zora Shei Ogenlana. Jezer Gustavo Orellano Chacon. Fatima Orozco Palma. Carlos Eduardo Osorio Valentin Jr. Yami Esmeralda Parada Mendez. Elena Harper Pate. Jessica Nicole Patterson. Chemre Pizar. Elise Nicole Philpott. Aiden Paul Fimason. Kamari O'Brien Pinkston. Garrett George Points. Zamora Sine Porter. Kiera Cornessa Powell. Riley Ann Price. Anaji Jordan Pridgeon. Logan Gabriel Prophet. Justino Kiteri Orellane. Isabel Amira Quito. Nestor Adrian Ramirez Loya.
Come on, Nestor. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Good job, Nestor. Good job. Good job.
Wesley Heath Ratcliffe Jr. Rihanna Nicole Ray. Gabrielle Adara Rector. Cassius J.C. Reddick. Jamel LeVar Reed. Alyssa Marbeline Remigio Juarez. Corbin Alexander Wrestler. Kimora Reyes. Dylan Christopher Richard. Caden Michael Riley. Meliani Luz Rivera. Bessie Gabriela Rivera Garias. Rafael Sinai Rivera Mordawa. Ketsia Carlene Rivera Martinez. Jaden Angel Rosa. King Michael Rosado. Ilshi Pamela Rosales Rodriguez. Jasmine Mariah Roseborough. Maria Camila Ruiz Landazuri. Emir Sadikovic. Arade Sagilan Rodriguez. Nadim Reed Sami. Nora Jane Shabel. Jara Joanna Maget Sen. Elijah James Shu. Tasa Sitahar. Hamdan Ahmad Siddiqui. Agaya Shri Singh. Rylan Michaela Slater. Addison Grace Smith. Darius Lamar Smith Jr. Justin Michael Smith. Nehemiah Alexander Snipe. Riley Morgan Solosier. Uno Rosa Parks Sopsey. Noah Allen Speller. Michael Allen Spokus. Marjay Nicole Spratt White. Dylan Josiah Marquis Spruell. Elijah Malik Stallings. Jeremiah Chancellor Staten. Caitlin Renee Stevens. Jeffrey Cohen Alexander Stowe. Mackenzie Adele Straub. Danielle Deanne Charday Suttles. Antonio Brian Sykes. Jaden Taveras Jaquez. Michaela Marie Taylor. Xavier Deshaun Thomas. Austin Xavier Thompson. Zaria Rose Thorpe Rucker McCollum. Chase Paul Tompkins. Donna Michelle Torres Trujillo. Cameron DeSoto Tucker. Corinne Bailey Tucker. Carson Robert Turner. Kareem Urena. Benjamin Rocco Erquia. Camila Velasquez. Victor Ivan Velasquez Avila. Sarabaya Velaguri. Shrivali Velaguri. Kevin Gerald Vieda. Irving Adrian Vivero Segovia. Dylan James Waddell.
I can hear my mom from here.
Charles Aiden Walker.
Thank you so much for everything.
Kayla Mackenzie Walker. Shanila Ramiel Wallace. Roger Earl Walton III. Jabari Tyree Wardlaw. Laramie Andrete Watson Jr. Christopher Lamarck Waddy Jr. Janice Danielle Wells. Eden Grace West. Shariah Alondria White. Winter Manai White. Lorelei Elaine Whitehead. Noah David Whitlingham. Caden Ray Willems. Tarius Zion Williams. Tia Monet Williams. Xavier Wynn. Brianna Amori Wins. Kamani Christina Winslow. Lonnie B. Witcher III. April Renee Ann Woodson. Jaylene Allison Yanes. Zaria Denise York. Gregory Dana Young III. Elizabeth Yumba. Skyla Jackie London Daniels. Paris Stephanie Marshall. Jayla Holloway. Enzo Vega Verdejo. and Alyssa Caitlin Service.
As the proud principal of J.M. Robinson High School, in the presence of all of these witnesses, and by the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and Cabarrus County Board of Education, I now pronounce you graduates of J.M. Robinson High School. If you have your cap, you may place the tassel on the left-hand side. Thank you all, and congratulations.